I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV Reacts. We're reacting to the Unmatched Women from Pop the Balloon, episode 23. Now, this is the particular episode that I did do a reaction to on one of my live streams, I believe. And I had a lot to say then, because most of the women there were popping their balloon on the men that were there because they were short and, you know, they weren't attractive to them. And that's fair, to be honest. Look, I want to give a lot of context right now. I'm going to give a lot of, because I might say some things that might piss a lot of people off. And I might say some things that you might agree with. Look, I'm all for it. Debate. I don't stop anybody in my comments from saying whatever the fuck they want to say about me, okay? Say what you want to say, and I'm willing to debate. Hell, we can go live together and debate. I don't care. But I do have feelings, and if I come off a bit bitter, that's probably because I am. You know, I am what I consider an average man that works a 9 to 5, does YouTube on the side. And for us average males and all my average, we have to fucking be incels. And I don't think being an incel is bad, to be honest. If you're involuntarily celibate, that doesn't mean that you're not trying to get pussy. What if you are trying to get pussy and you keep running into women like this that their head is so ballooned, they come off very entitled. And they have so many options that, yeah, of course, the average man isn't going to be attractive to them. And they're not going to give the average man a chance. But that's just not fair, in my opinion. In my opinion, that's just not fair. And I could be wrong, but that's why we're here, to listen to what they have to say. And I'm going to give my thoughts as well. So let's go. Let's just stop with all the soliloquies. Let's see what happened here.
The whole
Yeah,
episode.
the episode, it was a good episode. I'm saying, like, we didn't have anyone that was disrespectful or had like some weird commentary or something. You know, all the girls were respectful. The men, we did have a nice lineup, but we just didn't match up. They just weren't our types.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like we lost Christina, but we'll continue. Once she comes back on, we'll go ahead and pick up with her. So we were hearing from Kamina, aka Haitian Doll.
So yes, the experience was really fun. I met a lot of
Her
amazing
name
girls
is
in the
Haitian
experience.
Doll.
I
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look, all I'm trying to say is when you're approaching a woman, she's a beautiful girl for sure. But when you're approaching a woman like that, her name is Haitian Doll. Like, what do you think she wants? Right now, an average man cannot have a woman who goes by the name Haitian Doll. It's just not gonna happen. Because if she is in line with any of the other dolls, the Cuban dolls, the the Asian dolls, if she lines up with them, then you know what she's looking for. And it ain't no respectable 9 to 5 working. Like, come on. So at the end of the day, my thing is, and that's why I titled this video what I titled it. Y'all have to lower women. Y'all have this. Okay, y'all can lower y'all standards. That's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with lowering your fucking standards, especially if you find somebody who you like. Like, that's because that's all it's gonna turn into at some point. At some point, what you see ain't gonna matter anymore, because what you keep seeing is gonna lead you to something that you didn't like in the first place. Like, it's a age-old tale. Tyler Perry has made millions on telling the story of a woman getting with a man that, all glit and glamour, and he's everything I want. He's just the perfect nigga. And then come to find out he beating on you, or he's some abusive fuck, and now you gotta deal with that. Like, that's just the age-old tale.
I met amazing friends as the guy side. I guess I was wrong with that. But other than that, watching the episode back, honestly, the negative comments don't really phase me. I mean, I was very respectful. I gave everybody a compliment before I turned them down, so I wasn't really too mean. So yeah, I liked watching it back, and it showed my bubbly side. I was laughing a lot, so yeah.
Okay. What about Carrington?
My experience was great. Arizona was beautiful. I love to travel. So just the overall going out there was amazing. I was really nervous beforehand.
I thought they
but
did
the
this in
girls
Atlanta.
definitely made it better for me. We talked, everybody reassured me. Anxiety was through the roof, but it ended up being so easy, so smooth. And like Renee was saying, afterwards we were talking and we're like, dang, we kind of had a boring episode. Like, nobody even said anything crazy. Nobody, like, everybody, guys and girls in the group chat, all were kind of in agreement that we didn't have a lot of viral moments. We were wrong, clearly, but during the experience, everybody was like, "Oh, like everybody was so nice." Like everybody tried really hard to be respectful, give compliments. It was definitely a learning experience as far as production and how things like this go on. Um, a lot of standing, a lot of standing. Um, but it was great, like being out there. It was amazing, and like Kamina said, we all kind of had a bond. We went and did things afterwards as groups, multiple times. We had that group chat. We're really kind of bonding in a way, getting to know each other outside, off of camera. Of course, now we all have different perspectives of everybody, and the experience is a little tweaked. But initially, it was like, oh, like we might have not found our person, but we definitely found friends out of it initially. But you know, you live and
That's
learn. And then
good.
as
That's
far as the
good. That's
comments
good.
and things like that, I'm a very inside person. I am not like I took a detox from the internet and social media before this trip, and getting it back and this being the first thing, it was a lot for me. So I can't.
Well, what a way to come back from your fucking detox doing pop. You didn't know how viral Pop the Balloon was? I mean, you took a social media detox, I guess, but what a way to make your comeback to Instagram.
Sit here and act like, oh, I have the toughest skin. I just stopped reading the comments because I know everybody's pure intent. And after getting to know these women, I just can't. Like, I couldn't sit there and watch them degrade these women as far as their looks, their personalities, because those conversations afterwards show that those 20 seconds that went viral aren't these girls. So it did. It kind of hurt my feelings. It kind of put me in a weird space. Like, oh, okay, I don't. For one, I don't date. I don't communicate.
And yeah, I don't believe that these women are as entitled as they came off during the episode. But I do believe that all these women's standards are through the roof, to the fucking moon. And at the end of the day, my point still stands. It's okay. It's okay to lower your standards. It's okay. God made people in all shapes and sizes. And if you believe in the Lord Almighty, then you believe that he did make somebody for you. Now, that person could be blue, green, yellow, or white. At some point, you have to let that veil down to be able to open yourself up to giving people chances. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Communicate with people just outside of work and things like that. So this right here was extremely overwhelming, having all those eyes on me from people that I don't even know. But overall, it was nice.
Okay. All right. Let's go and let's move into Ish.
So the experience overall, I think, had a lot of positives to it. Like Carrington said, going through the process, understanding how things like that work, meeting new people. The group of ladies that I met was amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. I have zero bad things to say about any of the women. That was an amazing experience for me. Afterwards, getting to know the guys, you get to know people at a certain level and you see things and you're like, these guys aren't so bad. Not saying that they were bad when we seen them, but you kind of see people for what they are outside of them being on camera. So, felt like I got a really good look at who these people were. And then after the video dropped, seeing all the negativity and everything that people were shooting at the girls, I feel like I got a lot of heat. I'm not saying that everybody got positive stuff, then I got like negativity. But when I tell you I was waking up in a bad mood because so many people were saying all these negative things about me that weren't true. Like there were rumors like all over, people making like individual videos of me, and I've never been under scrutiny like that, especially in such a negative way. And me being the person that I am at the core, it really did hurt my feelings because I'm like, these people literally don't know who I am. They just see these images of something put in front of all these people, and we're expected to do this thing. Like the show is about dating and essentially either accepting or rejecting a person. And I feel like when we're being honest with ourselves and we're rejecting people in front of all of these eyes is seen as such a negative, as if we are meant to be with every person that crosses our path, and that's just not.
Nobody's saying that. No one's saying that you're meant to be with every nigga that tries to holler at you, because of course it's going to be some niggas that you don't want and they're just okay, that man is just unattractive, nah, I'm good. But from what I could see during the episode, those guys seem like upstanding citizens doing the right thing. You know, some of them probably had a problem with dressing, but I'm not the best. Men aren't good dressers. I mean, you know, you got some niggas out there that really know fashion and can really dress down, but most average niggas, bruh, you see me right now. I got on a fucking jacket and a chain. I don't think about it. I just take a shower, brush my teeth, and call it a fucking day, and put on whatever I need to put on to execute whatever I need to execute for the day. That's just what the average man is thinking. But to these type of women, they want a nigga that gets up and he dresses down and looks like the man of the year every fucking day. And it's just like, damn. Us as men, do we not get a break? Can we not get a break? Can we not dress down at some point? Just, you know, just okay, regular shit. No. Because if they're putting in that effort, that's how they feel. That's how women feel. They feel like if they're putting in that effort to look how they look every day, and they're looking as flawless as they think they look, you know, women have big egos, especially in the social media age, and with all the options that they have in their DMs every fucking day, then they expect you to be on the same wave. And it's just like, bro, us as men, it's not much we can do. Like, yeah, we can get our hair cut, what, every 4, maybe 5 days?
Realistic. So I think it was a good experience overall, being able to, you know, meet these people and have this connection. But I don't necessarily like how much negativity the women receive, because again, like Carrington said, knowing these women, they are such good women inside and out, and I just can't see what people are seeing online, and I've gotten to know them at the level that I have. So a lot of positives, but I definitely don't care for the negatives that came with it. I feel like, you know, if people were a lot more open minded and understanding, they would feel, you know, that we're human too. You can't learn or know.
No, baby girl, we understand that. We get that. We get that y'all are human too. Y'all have emotions and y'all have feelings. We understand that, and we completely are with it. Like, we get it. But at the same time, asking us to be open minded about your feelings when your feelings are coming off very entitled sounds like you don't want to take accountability right now for just being entitled. That's all. It's certain women out there that have accepted the fact that they want a nigga with a bag. Period. So they gonna do whatever they can to get a nigga with a bag. If you don't have a bag, don't talk to me. Now, is that entitled? Yes. But at least she being honest. At least she's telling the fucking truth. At least she's not gaslighting me to think that, oh, it's not about me being entitled. No, it's about me just wanting what I think I deserve. And it's just like, well, what do you deserve? Because from the sounds of it, it sounds like you think you deserve the whole fucking universe. And I'm sorry, but not every man can give you the fucking universe. So you're going to have a hard time out there. And then the niggas that do give you the universe, they're going to give you the universe just to get what they want out of you. By the time they're done giving you the universe and get what they want, they're moving on to the next woman that they want to give the universe to. That's just how it goes. So either way, you put yourself in a cycle when you don't allow yourself to be more open-minded to who you come across. That's just a fact.
Somebody off of 20 seconds, especially with all these negative headlines that each episode or each video of, you know, that has been taken out of context has been given. Like, it's just so many he say, she say things that are like, kind of like the telephone. You hear one thing on the first episode, then the next clip, somebody says something different and takes it out of context, and somebody takes that clip, and now that clip is taken out of context. It's just so much, you know, bending and twisting and not even knowing the full truth. So I definitely want people to understand, like, all y'all seen on the internet, not true.
So
No.
Ish, I actually want to ask you a question, right? Because you said that you don't do bold guys, but Mo was basically,
Who?
bold. So obviously people are saying, you say you have to be honest, right? But was you being honest at that time when you say you don't do bold, and then but you was gonna go for Mo?
I think I was being honest, but with Maul, you may not have seen it on camera, but like he literally had hair. Like it was not like completely bald, like he was like missing all his hair. It was
Okay.
legitimately hair growing out of his head. He just had a really low cut. And even if you go on his Instagram page, which I seen afterwards, you can see like videos and pictures of him with actual hair. Like he's not like completely bald. So that's what I was seeing. And I'm not saying that I'm against bald men because that's another thing that was taken out of context. I think black men, especially, are really, handsome, especially being bald. I think for me, it's just an age thing. And the difference between Rob and Maul was that Rob, like he said, he couldn't help it. Like he didn't have the capability to grow hair, in certain parts of his head, so he was bald. But Maul was a little different. Maybe he was bald or low cut by choice. And
You see what I'm saying? It just comes off as nitpicky. Like now you're nitpicking. Like, does it matter? Does it matter if the nigga has hair? Does he look attractive enough to date? If he looks attractive enough to date, I think it's fair enough to give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. But to women, it's not that cut and dry. It's, oh no, it's more. It's more than just that. He has no hair. He has a little bit of hair, and he can grow his hair. So that's the difference. What? What the fuck?
I think
But
that's what
but
the
do you
difference
do you
was for
do you,
me.
but do you get what people see though? Because obviously a lot of people see that he is basically nearly bald, right?
Hmm.
So when you're coming on this type of show and you're presenting yourself the way that you present yourself, people will judge you by what they see, right? So did you think that the way that you acted, like, and some of the stuff that you said, also, you said the thing about the long distance thing, right? You said that
Hmm.
was an issue. Um, obviously coming onto the show, I mean, I would imagine you're coming on. If you're flying into Phoenix, I would think that you're okay with long distance. You
Because
know,
other people.
because
Um,
yeah, because the majority of people that come on the show, they're flying from different parts of the states. You
Mhm.
know, so
right.
what are the
So,
chances that you're gonna find somebody that lives in the same state as you?
I mean, I think the chances of that are very high because you're crossing these people's paths every day. The issue with the long distance, especially the situation with Cliff, is that he's living in Las Vegas, right? I'm living in, the Detroit area of Michigan. That's right here and right here. Long distance is different in Michigan and Ohio than it is from Michigan and Las Vegas. So the proximity was not there for me. Um,
Give
if
credit
I
where
can
credit is
drive
due.
four
She has a
hours to
point.
see a person, if we're doing it every other week, 2 times a month or however it is, the proximity is there and there's some closeness. And I think in any long distance relationship, the parties have to be eventually willing to
Mm.
move, but too far of a distance just would not have worked for me. And I think that's very reasonable. And there were people,
I understand that, but for the show, right? The show is a long distance type of show. Like,
yeah,
it's like
but
if you're coming on the show, you kind of have to be, okay with long distance because everybody else is flying in,
Yeah,
to
I
fall
think
in
well,
love.
I don't think she's saying she's not okay with it. She's
yeah,
okay with it to a certain
Not
extent.
right,
to a
right.
certain extent. And then and then
But this is the
you
thing.
have
You
to
know
hear me
that
look, you have to
but
hear
you
me out from my standpoint. You have two people from Philadelphia, right? You had Maul and you had, I don't know her name, but they were from the same state. So that's like a luck thing. I think when you go on these shows, you have to understand that it's some sort of luck or some sort of, destiny. If you're not meant to meet somebody on these shows, you're just not meant to meet that person. But they happen to come on the show and be from the same state. So maybe they were meant to meet. From my standpoint, I know what I was willing to do and what I was willing or what I wasn't willing to do. And I knew like the proximity that I was kind of willing to work with. And that's just what it was. Like there's 8 people, there was 10 of us. It's not always going to be a perfect match or everything's going to be, cookie cutter or perfectly fit in shape. And I think that's what the experience is about. But to say that I wasn't accepting of any type of distance, I think is kind of just shooting out into the dark because two people were from Philly. There could have been somebody from Ohio. There could have been somebody that lived in Indiana, but it just wasn't like that on the episode. And I don't think that's necessarily on me personally. If we're talking about getting realistic matches, like realistically, you guys pick the people. So maybe try doing things on a regional level to where people are more comfortable, because I know a lot of ladies, not just myself, that wouldn't necessarily do long distance if it was just too long, like too much of a distance in between the people.
And I want to say that's understandable. Like, that is completely understandable. I'm actually in agreement here. Look, I give credit where credit is due. And she is right. At the end of the day, like, who wants to be with somebody that's 400, 500, 600 miles away? Like, yeah, okay, if they're like 90, 80, then we can make it work. But like across states, like a whole nother coast, yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. So she's right here.
So
Yeah. So no, I understand what you're saying there, but essentially this show, we do put on the description that it is for the whole of the USA. So you have to know that if you're coming on the show, know that you should be open-minded to dating people.
He's
from
making
all
some
over
good
the
points
States.
too.
And I understand you know, not wanting to be. Some people come on and they are from the same state, but you know, we are picking people who we think is compatible with other people. We're not looking at distance. Me and my wife, I mean, I lived in London for 20 years and then I came to the US. So if you're talking long distance, that didn't stop us.
Oh God.
But I definitely understand what you're saying there.
He's
and,
like, if he really wants you,
let's
look,
move on.
buddy, like, if he really wants you, if he really think he done found his soulmate, shit, it don't matter where you at, he coming. And that is true. That is true. I didn't moved to Indiana for 2 years just to, you know, be with somebody that I was in love with. So niggas will make that sacrifice for sure. For sure.
To Kia.
Yeah, I'll say I don't want to speak for everyone, but at least for me, I was not ready for these quote unquote 15 seconds of fame. When I just chose to be on the show, it never crossed my mind, oh my gosh, I'm going to get hundreds of notifications a day, or, you know, whatever feedback I received. My notifications have been on mute for years, so that wasn't a huge problem. I did look at some of the comments the first day the episode dropped, and I said, that's interesting. But I'm the type of person who has no issue with distinguishing the internet from real life. So that's not something that, you know, I will say that there were way more positive comments that I received than negative. Of course, we all receive negative comments. I will say I've gone on a few times and people have actually noticed me. Oh, I really enjoyed, you know, your episode, your positive demeanor, blah, blah, blah. And that was really encouraging to me.
I will say this. She is really pretty, number one. And number two. And number two, look. And number two, she does sound like she's balanced. You know, she can take the positive and the negative and be able to, you know, take the meat, spit out the bones. So that's good to hear. You know, it sounds like she has, you know, a strong head on her shoulders, and that's really nice to hear. Number one. But number two, like all the other women that were there, she does have a weird sense of entitlement. That, look, I can have it. Look, she is really pretty. All the women down there are gorgeous. So they all have this sense of entitlement. It's like, I called it the only child syndrome. I'm like, women are kind of innately getting the only, and I don't think most of them want to be like that. I think that's the thing. None of them really want to be like that, but it's like they're having no choice now because they're getting flooded with DMs, they're getting flooded with messages, they're getting flooded with phone calls, they're getting flooded with matches, whether that be on the internet, Facebook, dating, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, you name it. They're getting flooded with all this attention, and so at this point, they get the pick of the litter, an only child. This is where this analogy pops in. Only child grows up, they're the only one. They have no siblings. So their parents, especially if they are in a two-parent household, that fucker is spoiled as shit and entitled as hell. Gets everything they want because they're the only kid. If the parents are making good money, all the Christmas money goes towards the kid. All the birthday money goes. Like, they get all of it. So they, of course, grow up not wanting to have that sense of selfishness and entitlement, but innately just naturally having it. Like, this is just how I grew up. What do you want from me? I grew up spoiled. My parents gave me everything I fucking wanted. I grew up like this. So now these women in this day and age, they're getting this only child syndrome because they have these options. So they're innately becoming selfish and entitled, thinking that, well, I see all these women getting the man of their dreams and being with the man that has all the money and is rich and successful and is famous and is really doing well for himself. Why can't I have that as well? I think I'm as pretty as these women. I think I look better than these girls because, you know, women, they got egos. So why can't I have that? It's like, well, you just got to get lucky. I mean, look, the right check mark has to come across your Instagram that day. But also, a lot of these women do get into the industry and they pay to play. Like, they're open to just exposing themselves and giving the men what they want to live the lifestyle. So these look like respectable women that don't want that. They probably just really want a serious relationship that can turn into something more. And I can understand that, but you got to realize too, it's average men out there that want that exact same thing. They can't get that thing because y'all don't give a fuck anymore. Y'all don't care because y'all have the pick of the litter, that sense of entitlement, that only child syndrome. Let's keep listening.
One thing about me, as you can see on the episode, I try to exude positivity and encouragement for other people, whether or not I know you or not. And so it was really a blessing to me to receive that back in return. Now, for the negative comments, one thing that was really eye-opening for me was that people seem to know me better than I know myself. People seem to know my intentions better than I do and better than even God knows me. So I'm so glad that you all are so much more intelligent. And I'll also say that this episode really highlighted to me how big mental illness is and how vastly undiagnosed it is. Because for you, BM, I can't imagine you as the person you are today looking up on anyone's platform just to go on their page, type their name in, go on their page, go under their pictures, and express how much they genuinely have believed in their mind that they hate someone that they have never met. So it was also interesting. There was actually one comment in particular that I came across. A guy who's been talking to himself in my DMs since 2021 decided to go under all of the positive comments and basically say that he knows me. And then I've gone on basically a tour of all of these dating shows. And, it is widely known that I hate Black men. And I go on all of these dating shows just to have a viral moment to be disrespectful. We've never met a day in my life. I did submit my DNA to Ancestry. So maybe, I'm cloned somewhere. But it's interesting that people can make these connotations about you, create this image of you just to demean you. And all I can say is I'll pray for you guys. It's unfortunate. You, BM, are always thinking about the next big move, your next project, how to.
I will say this. Niggas are weird. Niggas are very fucking weird. Okay? There's a lot of weirdos out there. It's a lot of fucking weirdos out there. I think she should have just blocked this nigga in 2021. What are we doing? We're not gonna respond to him and he just keeps messaging you. In 2022, you should have just blocked this nigga. So that way he has no access to. But she probably just saw him as a fan. And that's the thing too, I want to say. You niggas out there, listen, bro. We are getting looked at as fans. We are fans to these women. We are nothing but a number at this point. Nothing but another person in her DMs, nothing but another follower, nothing but another person liking their damn pictures. That's all we are to them at this point. A number. And that's why the average male is having the issues that they're having with some of these entitled women and act how they act and act out. Because niggas are being felt like, they're lesser than what they are. And if I'm out here working hard, doing what I deserve to have a beautiful woman that likes me and I like her. Why is that so hard to find, you ask? Well, because this is the crop right here. This is the field. And the field is very gorgeous. But the mindset in the field right now is just, not only do you have to be a Nubian goddess or a Nubian god, look like something straight out of Wakanda, but you also got to have money. It's like, it's two things that is very hard to attain for the average man. And that's who I'm here to speak for, the average male, not the weirdos. That nigga's weird. She should have blocked him a long time ago.
Make money, how to better yourself and your family, and that's the wavelength that I am on as well. So it's difficult for me to understand the thought process of someone who thinks any differently and actually has the time to go on someone else's platform to belittle them. So that's unfortunate, and you're in my prayers.
So I actually do want to add to that as well. So we are actually normal people. You know, me, I never ever think that I am this big person better than people. No, I am the same as everybody. Once we leave this earth, we're all we're all the same.
Agreed.
You understand? So one thing that I always have to let people know, that I'm a musician. I've had all of this that what everyone's getting. You understand? So I've been through it all. The internet, the trolls, the hate. And you know what I say to haters? I don't watch you. So why do you watch me?
Right. That's my point, essentially.
Right. Don't watch me. So if you put too much energy into people that are negative,
It's gonna drain you.
you're gonna get drained, and you're just gonna be stuck on their level. They want you to be on that level. But if you don't watch them and you keep going, like if I was to follow haters, I would have failed.
Exactly.
So yeah, let's move on to Christina.
Okay, so I really loved my experience. I didn't feel like I was disrespectful to anyone. I really didn't read the comments because I'm the type of person who doesn't care. But I definitely had people come under my post and like comment their opinion. I was just like, okay, yeah, I really didn't care. But most of all, it was a positive experience for me. It was something I did for the first time, and I enjoyed everyone. And yeah, it was great. Thank you for having me.
Good.
Of course, she didn't
So
care about
what would-
finding love. Of course, she didn't give two fucks. She had probably hella niggas waiting on her when she got home. Like, I'm just here for the clout. Let's be honest.
What would you guys say? Like, what do you think it was that caused people to be so negatively impacted by your episode?
I'll tell you, Miss Arlette. I'll tell you straight up. They came off very entitled. And we're about to hear some more of this entitlement. I'm getting to the point where I was at, like, I watched 22 minutes of this already. So even though this is the reaction that I was having while I was watching it, so we're here either way. But they're entitled. They just came off very entitled, only child syndrome, very selfish. And it's just like, damn, the average male was watching that thinking, I have no chance with these women anymore. Like, I have no fucking chance. I have no choice but to be an incel, but to be involuntarily celibate, because I'm out here chasing tail and pussy that is difficult to attain. And why? Because these women make it. Instead of just being open to the field that you're in.
Me personally, oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go ahead?
Go ahead, Carrington.
Okay. Me personally, I feel like it's because they don't realize that this is a production at the end of the day. Even though it's all authentic and everything that is said is being said, there is a purpose of this show. You want to hear why. You want to hear that initial thought. You want to hear exact things. Like, at first we were being extremely what you would be in the real world. You're at a bar, a guy approaches you. You don't say, "Oh no, I don't. You're ugly. You're ugly." You don't say that. You just be like, "No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not interested." But on a platform like this, when we're expected to, why aren't you attracted to them? Why was it the initial attraction? What did you see? What about his shoes? You have to be specific, and there are only so many ways you could deliver that. If I said I was unattracted, I wasn't attracted to you, clearly I'm just not attracted to you. That doesn't mean that you're not handsome, and we got a lot of comments about that as well.
Wait. See, no. I'm not gonna let her get away with this. I can't. How can I be attractive and or how can I be not attractive and handsome at the same time? That just makes no sense. This makes no sense. That's why I'm like, their standards, they're not to the moon anymore. It's not even through the roof. It ain't even through the roof to the moon. Their standards are in fucking Pluto right now. These women's standards are in fucking Pluto. It's okay to lower your standards. It's okay. I'm not even telling you to get with a nigga that you can't stand, that you can't look at. It's just ugly. I'm not even telling you to do that. I'm just saying, if you do think he's handsome, at least you can give him the chance. What's the problem? Are you just mad because when he walks in, he doesn't make your pussy tingle? Is that the issue? Because at that point, it's coming off very superficial. It's not coming off like, oh, I want to be genuine in getting to know somebody because I really want a genuine relationship and friendship and relationship at some point down the line. No, it comes off like, nah, I'm looking at you because I need to make sure that we go together. We look good together. I need to make sure. If I can't get that, and if that's not what I want it to be, if you don't reach those Pluto standards that I'm telling you to be at, then fuck off, nigga. It ain't even about the money at that point. It's just like, wow. Because at that point, you just open yourself up to one type of nigga. You don't give the field a chance because you're looking for one type of nigga. A nigga that, to be honest, probably doesn't exist. Unless he got money. Because at that point, the millions of dollars will make you see past the fact that he doesn't make your pussy tingle and he's not attractive. No. The fact that he got millions of dollars and is handsome, that's enough for you. Fuck it.
People are like, how is every man handsome after you done turned him down? I've met handsome men every day of my life. I've worked with handsome men all day long. That does not mean I'm attracted to any of them. You can be attractive, but not be attracted. And I think there was a really weird turn, and everybody forgot, like, this is a dating show, guys. This is you're not my person. So everybody was just super upset about the.
What person are you looking for? I think that's what people were trying to figure out. What the fuck do you want? What is it? Like, what is it? If they keep bringing these men in here, these decorated, mildly successful, cool looking guys. I'm not gonna go so far to say they're handsome because I'm not. I'm straight heterosexual. This is a heterosexual average male view right now. Okay. All right. But either way, it seems like those guys shouldn't have a problem, right? So if that's the man that's approaching you, why not give him a chance? I get it's a dating show, but what's the problem with giving him a chance? What's the problem with seeing where this goes? Like, at least get to know him. Okay, figure out if you like to talk to him or not. And if at that point you don't like the fact that you got to talk to him or not, then, yeah, pop your balloon. But the fact that a nigga will walk in and it'll sound like a Uzi going off, every balloon will pop. Like, the nigga didn't even get a chance to introduce himself. Like, this is what is going on now. Women are judging you right off the rip, and you know what they're starting to sound like? Niggas. It's
Like,
crazy.
this is not you. You might give every man in your DMs a chance. You might hear every man that approaches you out, maybe. But the women lineup that was up there, they're all extremely beautiful women. I promise you that they get attention every day. Every day, at least, I can't speak for them, but I've seen them in person.
Look, I don't doubt that at all, baby girl. I don't doubt that this whole row of women down here are getting attention every single fucking day of the week. I don't doubt it at all. I know. That's why y'all talk how y'all talk. That's why y'all act how y'all act. That's why y'all have the sense of entitlement that y'all have. Do you not hear what I'm saying right now?
I see myself every day. Just because you seem sweet doesn't mean that I have to entertain that. Making yourself less available in certain ways does higher your value. Having standards does higher your value as a woman, in my opinion. So if I see.
Okay. I am not saying that doesn't higher your value to have standards. But at some point, my thing is the standards that everybody got standards. Everybody has somebody that they want and they have a dream person, okay? I'm not even arguing that. That's not what I'm arguing. I got that. Everybody has that. But at some point, you have to realize that in order to find the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life, your standards can't be based off of looks. Because that's how it comes off. It comes off like all of y'all standards are based off of how a nigga look. And not how a nigga treats you. Not how a nigga talks to you. Not how a nigga takes care of you. No. Is he tall enough? What shoes is he wearing? What outfit is that? What the hell this nigga got on? That's all that matter. And that's just like at that point, us as niggas, we have to play a guessing game, especially when it comes to a blind pop the balloon thing like this. We have to play the guessing game because we don't know what the women that are going to be there that we're going to get a chance to approach. We don't know what type of dresser they likes. Like, do you like a nigga with a suit on, like straight suit, just straight suit and tie, straight suit, or you like him chill, or you like we don't know. We don't fucking know. My guess is that the suit and tie is going to get you the most unpopped balloons when you walk in. But at that point, it's like, damn. A nigga has to really be on top of that, and I get that. And you want your man to be on top of that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying lower your standards. Because at a certain point, a nigga being tall or short ain't going to matter. And I'm a tall nigga. I don't have a problem. That's my thing. I just know. I know how most of these women are. I've seen it happen live and in person. I've seen women that say they don't like short niggas get with short niggas. Like, I've seen it. If you haven't seen it, then I'm telling you right now, it happens. These women will lower their standards for a nigga that they cool with, all because they just want some dick, and then end up falling in love with that nigga. And now it's like, oh, this is my nigga. Him being short never mattered. All that mattered was she liked him.
This man come out and I'm not attracted to him. You guys are like, hear him out. Hear him out. Why? Why? I'm not attracted. I'm gonna hear you out because somebody else might want to hear you out. But I'm not into you. I have to wake up to you every day. If we match, you know, and it goes farther, I have to wake up to you. I have to be proud that you're my man. I have to be able to say, yeah, I chose that, and not have any sex. I went on there really
Bruh,
today.
sounding like niggas. They sounding like us now. It's crazy. It's crazy. All the women are sounding, and they're green. They're in the greens. Like, yeah. This is how it should be. And it's like, whoa. Am I allowed to be myself at this point? Like, I get it. It don't matter for us. And see, I think that's the problem too with me. I think that's the issue. For the average male, we have to lower. Like, it's not a choice. Lowering our standards isn't a fucking choice. It's not. It's never been. It's never been. We get what comes to us. We chase, of course, and we're going to continue to chase. But what comes to us is what's come to us during our hunt. And at this point, we're getting to the point in life where you can't get with a woman and chase her because her head is just inflated. And she's thinking that you have to be the perfect nigga. Like, she has to be proud. Fucking proud. You know how many niggas that are with bitches that they ain't proud to be with? They ain't proud to. Look, I'm telling you. And I mean no disrespect. I'm just being honest, okay? I'm just being fucking honest. No disrespect to the fat, ugly community out there. I fuck with you guys. I fuck with you guys. But a nigga will wife up a fat, ugly woman before he wife one of these bitches up. All because at that point it was like, fuck it. Like, who cares? These other bitches are too sedity. I know I look good when I look good, but it is what it is. Let me go get a fat bitch. Let me go get an ugly bitch. she'll rock with me. Now, I don't mean to call women bitches. I'm sorry. I'm a little sauced right now. I'm a little sauced. And I'm a little perturbed. I hear these things and I get perturbed. Like I said, maybe I'm bitter. I'm down for that. But at the same time, Jesus Christ, I am hurt because the field is fucked. And I'm an incel by not even by choice. It's because the field is fucked. The women that I'm chasing, the women that I want to be with, the gorgeous women, heads through the roof. Standards. All the way in Pluto. All the way in another universe. They're with Loki. That's where their standards are. Their standards are with Loki. Holding the multiverse right now. Loki looking like, damn, your standards here? Like, what are we doing?
As well as most of these women, in my opinion. Why now on this platform am I supposed to give somebody a chance who I'm not attracted to? And I done flew across the country not to settle. I didn't do that. And they are handsome men. You know, somebody is going to really want to be with that man.
And that's understandable. I'm not even saying that you have to settle. I'm just saying that what does your settling look like at this point? Like, it sounds like your settle is like really fucking like something you might never find in life, baby girl. And at a certain point, you're going to get to a certain age where those standards are going to have to be lowered. Because you kept having these high standards and dealing with certain niggas that kind of met them standards. And they were just playing you because they wanted the pussy. And that's all an average nigga can hope for now. Just hope that you meet her standards. Hope that how you look meets what she wants. Pray to God. Because it's like hitting the lotto for a nigga now. Fuck a bad bitch, you got to either have money, have clout, or look like a Nubian god. Outside of that, you're fucked.
And drool over them and their body's going to get tingly. That wasn't the case for majority of us women, and that's not fair for you all to, or for them to expect us to hear him out. He's a nice guy. Hear him out. He's got money. Hear him out. He's tall. That's fine. That is fine, but I'm not attracted. And a lot of those.
But that's the thing. It's just like, okay, we get it. You're not attracted to them, but you think they're handsome. It's like you're rationalizing. Just say it. I ain't like the look. I'll take a woman that's being honest with me over the woman that is just trying to rationalize how she feel. Like, if you think they ugly, just say it. I don't think you look good. Next. Just say it. So at that point, it's known and understood that, okay, at least she's standing on her business. But to make excuses for it, like, you're just making excuses for not finding somebody attractive, but also thinking they're cute. So what? They only got a face a mother could love? Is that what's going on out here now? We only got faces that mother can love? Damn.
Comments were telling us that we were just young-minded and we just, our priorities are messed up. And I have to disagree. I have to disagree with a lot of that.
People think that, oh, when we're getting this type of traction, or we're here, like, oh yeah, we're getting traction. No, we want people to actually match. Me, I want people to actually find their love. You know, that's the main
actually
thing.
get like frustrated when there are matches because we're like, dang, we picked these people,
and y'all were.
This is the thing, right? This is because I think I even called Ish as well, because when I saw her stuff going around, and you know, I had said, look, I know there's a difference.
And I can understand why the hosts are thinking that the people that they're picking will match well with these women, because they're probably thinking in their heads that, okay, these aren't average guys. These are guys that have careers that these women should be able to go for. So they should have a chance of finding a match with this type of person. But what they're not taking into account is that these girls' heads are inflated. And their standards are on fucking Jupiter. I'm just going to keep naming planets in the damn solar system at this point. That's where their standards are. Far as fuck. In a galaxy far, far away. No Star Wars. So if you can't find them niggas to do the pop, like, you need some top tier rappers to be walking in there for these women to not pop they balloons and make it sound like a Uzi in there anytime an average ass nigga walk through.
With being rude and being honest, right? I know a lot of you was just being honest, right? I even warned you girls on the show. Remember, I stopped recording and I said to you girls, you're all saying the same things.
Piggybacking.
And that's what I think the main thing is.
Even in my reaction, when I reacted to that episode, I was like, bro, they keep saying that he ain't tall enough. He don't dress nice enough. Like, what the fuck? Can you give the nigga a chance? Like, me as a producer, I'd be thinking the same thing. Like, okay, y'all need is any nigga gonna make it out of here with a woman? Like, is any of these niggas gonna get a chance with any of these girls? Like, at this point, we need to figure this out. Because if not, then we just need to stop. We just need to bring all these niggas in here and be like, hey, pick one. Y'all ain't picking none of them? We're done for today. That's how I would have ended the production. Shit, we would have been viral off that one. For sure. Sometimes you just got to go viral. Sometimes you just got to step in and be like, hey, what's going on? Why aren't y'all picking nobody? Like, by the end of that video, but see, that's what I'm saying. See, me, I'm COE. They're trying to run this respectable, classy platform, and I'm not mad at them. Shout out to these guys, BM and Arlette. Shout out to them.
People just kept hearing the same thing, and it's kind of like, are they all just copy and paste? Like, are they all just copying each other? So do you think that maybe that's what people
that could have been something?
I think that was still a hang up, because when we were saying, initial attraction, which is very much the truth, production, behind the scenes, it's like, hey guys, like, you all are saying initial attraction, be specific. And then that's when the girls started to be more specific. They realized, like, maybe we are being a little cushiony, maybe we are being a little nice. And then it got turned into
hate.
So when we actually I said to you ladies, you're saying the same thing.
Honestly, in my opinion, it did not get turned into hate. What it got turned into is exposing the problem that we have with the average woman. Because honestly, let's be honest, these women are average. Okay, they're very gorgeous, very beautiful, probably all successful in their fields. But I can say that about most of the women in the world right now, because everybody has a way of looking how they want to look, and looking as attractive as they want to look. The makeup, the weave, the hair, the like, all of them look good. So unless you see them without all that, until then, we can't. All of these bitches look like 7 and ups. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to say the B word. I promise you I'm not. I'm not trying to come off disrespectful. I promise. But it's just, it slips out sometimes. It slips out sometimes. What kid? Sorry. But what I'm saying is that most of these girls do come off entitled. I've been saying that this whole video. And it's kind of like they don't get that because they don't want to take accountability. And that's just another thing. Women hate accountability. They hate it. Accountability? That ain't even a word in the woman's dictionary.
I said the same exact answers is what, when the internet see this, they're going to have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when the internet see you keep saying the same answers, they're going to have something to say. And some of you girls as well, when I said that, you didn't believe it,
They got upset, actually.
And I was like, ladies, I want you guys.
They look. This one got her hand up. The cute one got her hand up. Look, they didn't give a fuck. They felt like, look at us. We're pretty as hell. They're gonna understand that these niggas don't meet our standards. And no, we didn't understand, because you want to know who's looking at these videos religiously? The average male, and honestly, probably the average woman as well, to understand where these pretty IG model types' heads are. So when you find out that these bitches are just looking for the best of the best, the top tier man of the top tier man, someone that virtually doesn't exist, they're like, oh no, if that person's out there like watching this video and seeing me, they're not gonna care. They're gonna know that I deserve better than what I'm being presented with.
To do well. I want you to do well. But so we didn't say for you to go super dive deep and stuff. We were saying basically just, if you're saying the same thing, it's just
change it up
like
a
copy
bit.
and paste.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ish wanted to speak.
I do. I want to kind of piggyback off of Carrington. Um, I think it sounded like we were saying the same things essentially because we were feeling the same things about these men. Just like Carrington said, you can be nice, you can have a good career, which is funny because a lot of people call us gold diggers, and all of those men have all of those men have very good careers, money. It was never about that. I think we're all women that are successful in our own ways. So people hate to see it, but we have options. So those types of things just right off bat doesn't necessarily
What did I say earlier in this video? Please go back to the beginning of the video. This is a long one. Go back to the beginning. I said it. All these women got options. They got options. They can pick and choose of the litter. So what do we call that? Only child syndrome. They're innately selfish. They're innately entitled. They innately think that they deserve the man that doesn't exist. That's what they just think. That's just their thought processes. A man that's trying to chase a dream, a man that's trying to be successful, a man that's trying to provide, a man that just cares, a man that just adores and loves the woman, they don't want that. The thing is, they want it. They just want you to look like what they want you to look like, which is crazy. It's like you want all of that and for Buddy to look like the king of Wakanda? What are we doing?
make us drool and want to pick these guys because they have a good career or they come off nice because if you're a religious person or you believe
And then the funny thing is the way she's talking like a good career is just, it just comes by like, oh, all these niggas got good. No, they don't. No, most of the average male that's working, they don't have a good career. They're working for a white man that they don't want to work for. I can promise you that. They don't have good careers. So she's making it seem like that she's used to men flaunting that to try and get her. But it's like, those are the only men that you probably allow approach you that way. Because the average nigga knows. You've dubbed them enough. They know. I can't have her. Because if I try to approach her,
in a higher power, like how to trust in yourself, trust in who you believe in, and that allows you some level of discernment. So every person that you encounter, just because they're nice, you can be a nice guy, but you don't have to necessarily be a good guy for me. If I talk to every nice guy, then I would be looked at and shamed as a what in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
whoa. See, the only way you get shamed is that if you give the pussy up. See, no, wait. See, you see how they gaslight. You see how most women move the goalposts. Like women are professional goalpost movers. Professional goalposts. They will move that goalpost far away, far. Are you dead ass? Are we? Wait, we dead ass right now. Wait, hold up. We're serious. Wait, let her say that again. Let her say it again.
Guy for me. If I, talk to every nice guy, then I would be looked at and shamed as a what in the street.
No. That's only if you fucking spreading your legs. That's the only way you'd be looked at is that way. That's the only way. Now, if you're giving men chances and you're taking them out on dates or they're taking you out on dates or you're just trying to, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what men do. Like, no one would have, only person that would have a problem with that is the women that are in your life thinking, why are you dating all these men? But at the end of the day, you can explain to them, look, I'm not having sex with these men. I'm just trying to find my person. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, so all these women agreed. They all shook their heads like, oh yeah, she has a point right there. No, she doesn't. She doesn't. She does not. The only way we look at you now, that's what I'm saying. That's different. If you're fucking out here going on dates, getting to know niggas, and then having sex with them, yeah. Now we look at you like that. But if you're not doing that, if you're keeping it respectable, and you're really just trying to find the nigga that you want to be with, then that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And I get it. most niggas expect something when they take you out and wine and dine you. But if you show the man that you care and are willing to go for a second date, go for a third date, like just show us that you like us, then we wouldn't mind not getting no pussy on the first date because we just wined and dined you like this. Like, we wouldn't give a fuck because you're showing interest. You're showing like, okay, I want to keep doing this. But also, at least think about our pockets. Like, women don't think about our pockets. They don't think about us and our money. Like, look, I got this friend. He was dealing with somebody for about a month, dealing with someone, having good relations with them, good relations. And it got to a point where he was spending all his bread on taking her out on dates. He wanted to see if she would do something for him. So Joker 2 was coming out. He hit her up, said, hey, you want to go to the movies? You want to go see Joker 2? She said, of course. Yeah, let's go see Joker 2. And after that, he asked her, hey, can you cover it? Can you pay for it? And then all of a sudden, she just started acting super different. All of a sudden, how he communicate with her is bad. All of a sudden this, all of a sudden that. To the point where she cut him off. And my friend was distraught. Like, Mike, I don't know what I did wrong, bro. I don't know what happened. I told him, I was like, bro, most of these women, if they feel like they're giving you a chance, they feel like for giving you a chance, you should be taking care of them. You should be fitting the bill every time y'all go and do something. Every date should come out of your pocket, not theirs. And at the point you ask them to prove that they like you as much as you've been proving you like them, it's a wrap. Oh, he wants more than I'm willing to give. So I'm just going to make some excuses and move on. Make it seem like it's his fault and not mine. and not the fact that I'm just not feeling him anymore. That's how these women think. That's how they operate. Look, please, just know I'm here. I am here to let y'all know and break it down. We're here. We're going to be involuntarily celibate, chasing pussy, then at least we can rant about it.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we're all just women and we're successful in a way to where we don't necessarily have to, you know, give attention to all those things that everybody's, you know, trying to sell on the internet. And then the thing is too, yes, it's a dating show, but let's be honest and not act like people don't show you representation of themselves when they show up to you for the first time. Shoot, for the first couple months, like they're giving like the best version of themselves because they're in front of you and they're in front of the production team, they're in front of all these women, and they know they're going to be in front of millions of eyes. So let's be clear about that. And then just like Carrington said, I did not fly across the country to settle. I'm trying to be married. I'm trying to date my husband. I'm not trying to date casually and have fun and kiki and talk with somebody. I want children. Like, you know,
Nobody's asking you to settle. Nobody's asking you to settle. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you don't lower your standards, you're going to be kikiing and dating casually until you about 36, until you settle, until you really come to that conclusion that it's time for me to just let a nigga have a chance. Like, that's just how it goes. That's just what's gonna happen. Now, you might find a boy that you like, he likes you, and you're willing to settle with. But at the same time, I want you to ask yourself, did he really meet those standards that you're parading right now? Like, want to meet your husband? How? Like, women think that's just supposed to happen in a drop of a dime. Like a drop of a dime. Like, okay, husband, I'm dating you. Your husband material. Like, wait a minute, hold up. Can I get to know you first? Can I like you? Can we like each other? Can we be good together? Are we able to live with each other? Like, it's just so many steps. For me, at least. But I'm a man. I'm able to lower my standards. Most women aren't. And I'm just here to say it's okay. If anything you get out this video, this long ass video, it's okay.
I want my life to go in a certain direction, and I simply did not see any of those men being the father of my children. And
Okay.
I don't feel bad about that. And then I think the reason why women got so the women on the show episode.
Y'all hear how she's talking like a nigga. This is how we used to think. I don't see her being the mother of my kid. This is how we used to think. This is how we used to talk. Now it's like an Uno reverse card, this generation that we're living in. It's just Uno reverse. Hell no, nigga. I'm taking that. Like, what the fuck?
Got so much scrutiny is because a lot of those men, again, they didn't argue back, or they didn't fight back, or they didn't, snap back like men on previous episodes did. And I think the internet has a tendency to try to take up for people that they think need taken up for. And in all reality, I'll just say it right now, none of those men needed any taken up for. They are very capable of taking up for themselves, very capable of taking up for themselves, and they didn't necessarily need that. They went on the show, they had with
Honestly, I'm not even defending them guys. I'm defending niggas like me. Them guys had good careers. Them guys probably are fine. Honestly, they just probably was on there to see what might happen. Them guys are fine. I'm defending niggas like me, the average nigga that's involuntarily celibate because they got to deal with women having egos, like, and women being entitled, and women being selfish. And it's just like, I get it. Every woman's not like that. I don't want to come off as a woman basher. I'm not that at all. I love pussy. But at the same time, I am a realist. I am objective. And I just call it how I see it. And it's just, none of this comes off as like genuine. It comes off as, this is what I want, so this is what I'm going to get. Only child syndrome. Just saying.
they wanted to do on their mind, and in my opinion, they did exactly what they needed to do because the internet loved them, right? But as far as the negative scrutiny we received, I feel like we received so much of it because there was no viral moment where the guy was snapping back and saying his piece to simple honesty from the women's part. And I understand you say that we needed to be specific, but we didn't necessarily have to be mean. I still personally don't think that I was mean. I never called anyone ugly. I know a lot of comments said that I was a height shamer and how is 6 feet not tall enough. It was never that with me. Like my first boyfriend that I was with for like the longest, he was 5'7". I'm 5'6.5". I've never had an issue with height.
Wait a minute. So you were able to compromise with that fucker, but you couldn't compromise with the other niggas walking in?
My issue is that, just like a lot of the women agreed, some of those men were being deceitful about what height they were, and that's just what it was.
So
Like,
can I actually just jump in there? All right.
That's
yeah, go
definitely
ahead.
true.
So this is for all the ladies. What is it about height?
I don't
What
care
is
about
it
height.
about height that is so important, especially when you're way shorter? And this weekend, where's Haitian though?
Right there, Kamina.
Right there, yeah, Camina and Renee.
And Renee.
Let's ask both of them because you both had, issues with height. What is it that gets you so, that you don't want to pick a guy because of their height? When like you were, Camina was
Camina.
5. She's 5'1".
5'1", I think. That's what she
5'1",
said, yeah.
and that guy was
6 feet.
6 feet.
So, for one, he didn't really seem 6 feet, but
He wasn't.
kind of like what we're saying. We're on a show. There's production. 8 women with balloons. Me personally, I dated somebody, 5'6", 5'10". But if I'm going to be in front of the camera and like, I don't even know the name, the age, what you do for work, what you like, what you don't like. That's very small information. So I'm gonna go what I prefer. It's not mandatory. Like in my real life, I don't use that mindset, but on a show like that, yeah. It's
So
like,
how
okay, you're
tall does your man need to be for you to accept?
Wait, what does being on the Pop the Balloon show, like you're popping the balloon to find love? That's what the title is. what does that have to do with you not wanting a nigga that short? Because you are innately, I think she was 5'1". What does that have to do with anything? Like, I can get saying that as an excuse when everybody that came in there was shorter than you, but the only reason you had a little height on you was because you had heels on. It wasn't that much height. Everybody else that walked in was taller than her. What is she talking about? Like, my thing is just be honest. Be honest. Why do we have to gaslight and move the goalposts on the situation? Just be honest. Just be honest. Look, they were ugly. They were not my cup of tea. They did not make my pussy tingle. I didn't want them. Period.
I mean, he could be around like, I'll say 5'6" and up. I don't mind that.
You just also have to be attracted to them as well. You're not
Exactly.
going to
Exactly.
settle
I
for
have to be
height and attraction.
But
exactly
she,
height
but
and
she,
attraction.
she,
But yeah, at
she,
the
but
moment
she
being
didn't
on
say the attraction on the show. She said the height.
well, yeah, but yeah, like I said, if I'm on a show and I just get to know very small information about you in my real world, it's not mandatory, but if I'm going on Pop the Balloon, it is I mean it's not it's I'm sorry. So on the show it's mandatory, but in my real life it's just a preferred thing. So like I don't really know much about the guy, so I would prefer him to be,
Well, did you not know what you signed up for? Like, did you not watch Pop the Balloon before you came on to Pop the Balloon? Like, you could see how those questions were styled. You could see how quick, fast. It's kind of like a boom, speed dating type situation. Like, I know that, and I ain't never been on Pop the Balloon. I feel she's just.
tall. I mean, like I said, he didn't look 6 feet. He looked a bit shorter than that. But then again, that's just how I felt at the moment.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's just
So
what that is.
so what would you say is the difference from the show from your real life? Because it's still real life.
Right.
I feel like my real life, let's say example, a guy comes up to me, we're chatting it up. There's not cameras, there's not
Mm.
I'm 8 women are getting a chance to know this guy, and here I am. Okay, it's not like, it's kind of like one-on-one, more private. So if the guy, let's say, was like 5'6", it's a different situation because I'm actually talking to him. It's private. We're actually getting to know each other, and if I go off of
Okay.
that, he's cool. But if it's somebody just coming out and I'm this, my name is this 27, I do this, it's more easier to just pop on height because I don't know much about you. It's not really that private. That's how I took it as. But yes, I do. Since everybody wants to know or saying, I do date people definitely under 6 foot, and I've dated somebody that was like 5'6" before. So yeah.
Because you're 5'1", number one, and number two. Oh my gosh, bro. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Did she just say what I think she
To
did?
know or saying I do date people that to know or saying I like one-on-one, more private. So if the guy, let's say, was like 5'6", it's a different situation because I'm actually talking to him. It's private. We're actually getting to know each other, and if I go off of
Okay.
that, he's cool.
Wait, so why were you on Pop the Balloon then? Clout chasing. We got a clout chaser. She wasn't looking for no love. She wasn't looking for no dates. She wasn't looking for none of that. She was just looking for the exposure. And at this point, I want to skip whatever she's saying and talk about. That's clearly why she was there.
So yeah.
And you had nothing
And
to
Okay.
do with
I want
anything
to just
else.
chime in. I think there's such a big difference with the split second decision that we have to make on Pop the Balloon. Like, it's not a realistic setting. We're asked to make these decisions like almost in 30 seconds or less when, like Kamina said, you're in a real setting talking to someone, one on one, actually getting to know them. And 9 times out of 10, if you're in a setting like that, you're only talking to that person because you're attracted to them, in one way or another. So you allow them certain things and you give them chances, but like off of initial, like somebody just walking out. And then let's not act like there's not a mental thing to it, to where, like, say if the first guy comes out, like if that person is not what you're thinking about, that you want in your head, you're thinking, okay, I have this chance and this chance and this chance after that to see if maybe someone matches me better. Like that, I
Okay.
think I think that plays a role too.
So you mean to tell me you're just playing into your options? Man, Oh, how easy it must be to be a woman. Let me just play into these options, see what falls my way. Us as man, we just take whatever comes. We just look, whatever comes. Look, you here? Fuck. You giving me a chance, especially in this generation. We're just saying fuck it at the moment. We don't give a fuck. Wow.
Okay.
And I think
Okay.
Kamina's example, BM, you mentioned, she mentioned height as opposed to physical attraction. I just reiterating the conversation we had earlier, we did pause and you did let us know, hey, you're repeating the same things. Even I went and started saying other things. So Kamina is saying, instead of saying it's physical attraction, as you all instructed us to do, please give different answers.
Okay.
And for me,
Renee, yeah, go ahead, Renee.
yes, I am a tall woman. Y'all saw that on the show, and I feel like every guy that I've dealt with, I have no problem finding guys that's like 6'4",
Yeah. Now, if you 5'10", I can understand that. But under 5'5", come on now. What are we doing?
6'5", like taller men, and that's just what I prefer because I like a guy with stature, a guy that holds himself to, like I like what I like, and no comment can make me change how I feel about the show. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like I said, the guys were handsome, they were nice, but I didn't want to just pick them because they were nice or handsome. I want them to be, like she said, my husband type of material. Like I want to have kids. I'm dating to marry at this point,
Mm.
so I don't want to just settle for someone who I think is nice. I'm nice too. So I don't know.
Okay.
I just want someone who fits me, my person, and I didn't find that, which is okay.
So for
I
me,
also like
sorry, can I just yeah?
So that's what you gotta realize, y'all. That's what you have to understand right now. These women aren't looking for an average man, a man with a 9 to 5, a man that's just looking to take care, provide, and adore you the best way he can. They are looking for some nigga that lives on Pluto, far away. He's far. He's pretty far, and your chances are slim, slim chances of running into that nigga unless you open yourself up and lower your standards. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying physically. Like, no, don't give the pussy out. Like, she said that. I'm like, oh, they're going to call us hoes. No, we're not. Like, don't give the pussy out. But, at least take the chance. Get to know the guy. If y'all end up becoming friends, cool. If y'all end up becoming more than that, cool. But I think this need for physical attraction, because that's what it sounds like. I don't get it. Like, they're not taking accountability for anything that they did on that damn episode. Because it just sounds like they're being very superficial still to this day right now. Oh, the physical attraction. It just matters. If he doesn't make my pussy ting, I don't want that nigga. That's what they saying.
Because Kia said something that I actually want to correct, right? Kamina, when she said that height thing was with the first guy that came out, I said to you girls too, you're saying the same thing after the third or fourth guy, right? So this is what I'm trying to say to people that come on the show. You have to be real within yourself and know that you can actually come on a platform on a show like this. Because it's a lot more than you just seeing it on the screen thinking it's easy. I can just walk in and just do this and say that. So, when you're coming there, know that be prepared that you will get asked questions. My wife will ask you why you're popping, be specific and all that type of stuff. And also know how to present yourself. No, if you want people to see you like this, make sure you present yourself the way that you want them to see. So I think a lot of people are not really mentally prepared. They just come on the show thinking that it's going to be very easy. Right. So I want to ask you ladies, what have you learned by coming on the show?
I personally learned, for one, the internet is a terrible place. We're gonna call it. The internet is crazy. That's for one. For two, I learned that everybody has ulterior motives. Don't get me wrong. In my 26 years of life, I've met all walks of life, and I know that people aren't who they portray themselves as anyway. But mentally going onto the show, I was thinking, oh, if I am taking it serious enough to fly across the country and put myself in a vulnerable place, because that's exactly what it is. I thought that the opposite side, the men and the women that are alongside me, were in that same mindset. And honestly, it just taught me to keep my guard up. Like, I don't regret not matching. I'm actually very thankful that God put me in a position to get out of that situation. Because, after the show, we definitely got really acquainted with everybody, majority of the men, majority of the women, and it showed me that there's nothing different outside of your hometown. There's nothing different outside of your city. These men are the same. These women are the same. Your person's gonna meet you, and then you don't have to force it. And um, yeah, that's kind of what it was given. It was given like, oh, okay, I'm putting myself on the line to essentially force it. Like, hopefully I find this guy, this dream guy, all the way in Arizona. When it's like, no, you met those same men that you meet downtown. You met them same men that come and holler at you every day in that inbox. On the
And so my thing is right now, right? My thing is, if she's came to that conclusion, why hasn't she asked herself, hey, maybe it's me? Maybe I just keep giving those same niggas a chance after chance. Maybe I should lower my fucking standards. Maybe I should bring this down a bit, bring my ego down a bit, come humble myself, and really get to know some genuine people. Some people that probably don't just want to get with me because they want to fuck with me. Like, really get to know them and be open with them and honest with them enough to understand that you can have a barrier, you can have a boundary, but if something builds off of that, then you've probably found your person. And she mentions God. Well, I'm sure all these women are Christian based. I don't know, maybe not. But if you think about it, God didn't put into account what your person looked like when he made them. No, he didn't. He didn't care. He just made sure they had the right traits. They treat you right. They all the qualities that you're looking for in a man. None of the physical aspect, but all of the qualities, they have them. But you'll never see that. You'll never get it because you're not open enough to allow yourself to give other niggas that don't look like your Pluto standards a chance. And that's why you're having the problem that you're having. That's why in Arizona you meet the same niggas that you meet in wherever you go or wherever you live, because it doesn't matter. You're going to run into the same type every time because that's what you chase. That's what you want. You know what type of nigga you want. You know where they at. You know how to get them. But at the end of the day, it's like now you got to match that with qualities, and then that don't work out. And now you just like you stuck. You don't know what to do.
The internet, of course, it was portrayed in a way, and I love that they got the positive light that they got, but I hate that it was at our expense. And I had to realize that we can't defend ourselves against everybody. It's not even worth it. There's not enough hours in the day to defend ourselves against everybody. But at the
Okay.
same time, I definitely learned that as a Black woman, which all of us are Black women, that there's nobody here to defend us, because even though we did befriend those men, and we got really acquainted and personal with those men, they came back on this platform and doubled down on that we weren't.
Oh my gosh, bro. Why is she playing the defend black women card? Look, I love black women. I got two little sisters that I adore. I got a mom black, grandmother black, dad black, everybody black. I love black women, okay? And I will defend them to my dying day. But what I'm not going to defend is a woman whose head is inflated and who's entitled and doesn't know how to humble herself and check her ego at the door when it comes to dating. Like, don't know how to put that to the side and find out if niggas are as genuine as they claim to be, or if this is just some bullshit. And you'll find that out. All you gotta do is just put the cookie in the cookie jar. See, I'm not even telling you to go out here and fuck every man you meet or encounter. That's what the other girl was saying. I ain't even saying do that. What I'm saying is just make sure you vet and find out what you need to find out about buddy. And you might find your one. If you just keep it genuine and not be so entitled and have your standards to damn Pluto.
Good women. They doubled down on those comments that were being said, even though in the messages it was completely different. In that group chat, it was completely different. In our personal messages, it was completely different. And I definitely learned to stop putting your heart on your sleeve. Stop, you can be a genuine person, but you can't look for that in everybody else. So it was definitely a learning experience with meeting new people. Because, like I said before, I don't meet a lot of new people that I am pursuing in any type of friendship, relationship manner. And because I did at this point, it just was like that. That was a learning experience. Like, oh my gosh, you're a fool. That was
Okay.
ignorance right there.
Yeah. Let's hear from Christina.
So I learned that I should probably be more prepared for things like this. I just regret like not thinking about my answers before I came and like not being as engaged because I was just trying to be like genuine, like 100% myself or whatever. But yeah, I definitely should have been more prepared. And I feel like, once again, I was very respectful. I did learn that it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it.
Right.
So yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, she was there for the clout.
Okay.
She
And
wasn't there for
then
no
Kia.
love.
Yeah, I'll say that I truly do believe that I was prepared for an experience like this. God really has everything aligned for your best interest. And I'll say that, there's always a blessing at the end of the road. So I am proud of going on the platform and being the genuine person that I am. I am proud of how I represented myself and how I respected everyone's son who came on the platform. I am proud of how I conducted myself thereafter. And so I'll say that God always has the final say and win at the end of the day. So overall, I'm blessed for the experience.
Yeah, I fuck with her.
Okay. And Renee.
Yes, I learned that no matter how you represent yourself, you're always going to be perceived as whatever another person wants to think. For me, I felt like I was 100% myself. I gave nice answers. I was nice. I feel like I represented myself well, and people still had negative things to say about me. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And then Ishi.
For me, I learned that one, the internet is a very unreal place. I feel for those celebrities and like different people that are on a way higher platform and at a way higher status than us, and the attention we receive, because they receive hate like a million times more than us. So I can only imagine how their mental health is. Hearing the things that people said about me, like absolute lies, like saying that I had three kids and three baby daddies. I don't
Damn.
have any kids, by the way. I don't have any baby
Where was
fathers.
that? That was on YouTube?
That was on Instagram. Like people would
Oh.
tag me and stuff, and I got tagged in like literal videos that people made just of me and the quote unquote mean things I said to these guys, and they were making up all types of lies about me, that I had on a wig. Never wore a wig on the platform. My real hair has always been that. So I wanted to address
Okay
that as
then.
well, because I did not have a wig on that platform. But I'm just going on to say that these people will make up things about you and literally like believe it in their own minds, and it's actually sick. So I'm praying for everybody that that wants to be an internet therapist with absolutely no experience and no degree. If y'all are that interested in doing that, by all means go sign up for some classes, because y'all will be good at it if you were actually right.
Nah, I'm good. I just
But
know I'm
yeah,
right.
outside from that, just like Carrington said, you perceive people in a certain way, especially with how they present themselves on camera, and getting to know the guys behind the scene. Thought I built really good friendships with them, but seeing the podcast and how it played out, it was giving very much black women aren't protected, and I didn't necessarily agree with that. I'm sure they lead overall good lives. I just didn't like the way that they, like Carrington said, doubled down on how we were, these terrible black women, and getting to know them and hearing the positive things that they were saying about us.
Now, I might be ranting on these young ladies, but I don't think they're terrible. I just think their standards are too high. And I don't even think it's just them. Like, they're not alone. It ain't just them. It ain't just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It ain't just them. The million of beautiful women out there, their standards are through the fucking roof. It's just the truth. It's just how it is right now. And if you don't match a specific motif, then they're not fucking with you. They're just not. And that's just the whole unfortunate part about this. I think I'm at hour 10 now. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end this. Well, I want to get to her. She already spoke. Did she already speak? I do not want to hear what Haitian Doll has to say. Oh yeah, she does speak again. Hold on. Yeah. So we're gonna let her finish, and then we're gonna hear what, and then yeah, everybody. Like I said, Haitian Doll, I think clout chasing. These two at the end definitely was there to clout chase. Definitely was there, just there for the followers. Now these four right here, they probably were looking for something genuine, and I'm not mad at that, and I want that for them, and I'm rooting for their love lives. But at the same time, just like, you gotta lower your standards. You have to. If you don't lower your standards, you're just gonna end up in a cycle, and you're not gonna like the cycle at all. At a certain point, you're just gonna want to break it. At a certain point, you're gonna have to settle. So nobody's telling you to settle. Just be more open-minded. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Be more open-minded and just lower your standards. Your standards are too fucking high. Just bring them down. That's to all the women that have standards that are through the fucking roof, that are living on Pluto and fucking Jupiter and Mars and all the other planets in the damn solar system.
And then to go out on the internet and completely flip the script, it was like absolutely mind-blowing. It was like blindly raging to see that they did us like that. Just learning to take things, with a grain of salt.
The men
You
are
think you know
clowns for that,
somebody,
though.
even though if
At least be honest.
you've known them for a short period of time, like they're
I'm
only
keeping
going to
that
show a
same
certain amount
energy.
of themselves until, for lack of better words, shit really hits the fan, and shit happened to hit the fan. And we were, like I said, it wasn't a good experience for us. So just that, and maybe choosing different word choice when describing things, I would say that. But other than that, it was a positive experience. And I think that I presented myself in a good light. Everybody that knows me personally hit me up and said, like, you presented yourself well, you presented Detroit well, we love you, we're proud of you, and all these other things. Like, it takes a really brave person to be able to do something like that, and you did it, and you looked good while doing it. So that made me feel good. The people that actually loved me and cared for me gave me positive feedback, and that's
Okay.
really all that matters at the end of the day.
Either way, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you want more, please put in the comments, we want more, or something. I don't know. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I'm probably going to do more reactions to more random things that I find on the internet. Just let me know if you fuck with this one. Anyways, I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.